It destroys the careers of promising young people. It makes giant companies collapse overnight. It makes the people who wish each other the most become enemies in the blink of an eye. Its name is ego. But at the same time, it also drives determination, ambition, and creativity that drives the progress of mankind. This is the most important mystery to humans, but humans understand it the least. Welcome everyone to the Shareman channel, a channel that will share good stories with you, dear listeners. Today, I will talk about a book that I have read and feel it is very good and useful. So I would like to share it with everyone to listen to good content together. This book is a powerful book that has changed my perspective on success, including effective thinking. That is, Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. This book gives us idea about ego or narcissism that can greatly hinder our progress. And importantly, it is an obstacle that can occur at any stage of life, whether you are at the beginning, successful, or facing failure. Today, I will take everyone to understand 7 important lessons from this book, which I have summarized briefly with clear examples, including ways to apply it in real life. In order not to waste time, let's listen to it. Lesson 1. Ego is the enemy in every stage of life. One of the most important concepts of this book is that ego is the enemy that always hinders us, no matter what stage of life we are in. If we are just starting out, ego may make us think that we are better than others. We may believe that we know everything and do not need to learn anything more, which leads to failure even before we start. However, if we are in a period of success, ego may make us narcissistic, believe that our success is due to us alone, so that we do not listen to anyone's advice, do not improve ourselves, and finally we will fall down because of overconfidence. On the other hand, if we are in period of failure, ego may make us deny our mistakes, blame everything around us, cling to the past, and not open to learn from our mistakes. Mike Tyson, a former world boxing champion, is a good example. He used to be an undefeated boxer, but when ego took over, he neglected training, life extravagantly, and finally lost completely. The only way to overcome ego is to realize that it really exists and to always remind ourselves that we are not always the best. We have to develop and learn all the time. Practice to listening to the opinions of those around us, even the criticisms that we do not want to hear. Lesson 2. Be a lifelong student. Knowledge is endless, and the world is always changing. People who think they know everything are the ones who have stopped developing. If we stop to learning just because we feel we are in a good place, we will unconsciously start to regress. The "I already know" mentality is a very dangerous trap because it prevents us from seeing our own mistakes and missing out on opportunities to grow. Steve Jobs is an example of someone who never stops learning, even though he is one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. He used the time he was fired from Apple to learn new things and improve himself. Eventually, he returned to transform the company into a world giant again. He should cultivate the habit of loving to learn by reading books, listening to podcasts, and always being open to new perspectives. Lesson 3. Work more than talk. In today's era, where everyone can easily announce their intentions on social media, Ego makes us more excited about telling than doing. We may feel good about posting about our goals, but in the end, we don't really do anything because we waste too much energy talking. J.K. Rowling spent more than 5 years writing Harry Potter without telling anyone. She chose to work hard and let her work speak for itself rather than bragging. Working hard without bragging is the best way to create true success. Lesson 4. Don't let your ego overshadow your ability to learn from failure. Everyone fails, but the difference between those who grow up and those who are stuck in disappointments is ego. Those who let their ego take over will not accept their mistakes. They tend to blame external factors or others instead of looking back at themselves. While those who overcome their ego will see failure as the best teacher. Inventor Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. He never saw failure as an obstacle, but learned from it and improved his approach all the time. The way to apply it in our lives is to be open to mistakes, not fool ourselves, and ready to learn from every experience, no matter how painful it is. Lesson 5. True success requires humility. When we are successful, our ego often whispers to us that we are greater and superior to others. But in reality, those who are successful in the long run are those who are humble and do not get carried away by their own victories. They still work hard and respect everyone around them. Take the example of Bill Gates. He is a billionaire and the co-founder of Microsoft. But he never stops learning or improving himself. And he also used his own wealth to help society. This is an example of success without being overwhelmed by ego. We should train ourselves to be humble, know how to listen, and respect others, because this will help us maintain success in the long run. Lesson 6. Controlling the ego helps us to stay calm and focus on important things. Ego can often lead us astray. We can be so swept away by fame, money, or recognition from others that we forget what really matters. A person who can control their ego will stay focused on their true goals and not be distracted by external stimuli. Warren Buffett, a world-class investor, is a good example. He never gets carried away by social trends or lets his ego make bad decisions. Instead, he stays true to his investment principles and strictly follows his strategies. We can apply this idea to our daily lives by setting clear goals and reminding ourselves of why we are doing this. Don't let your ego lead you astray. Lesson 7. Be a giver more than a taker. Ego can often make us think only of ourselves. We may crave recognition or personal benefits, but forget that being a giver can create more value in our lives than being a taker. Ryan Holiday cites many philosophers and leaders who devote themselves to helping others, such as Mahatma Gandhi, who chose the path of sacrifice to create great changes in the world. We too can apply this principle by helping others in our own way, whether it be sharing knowledge or giving encouragement, or even doing little things that make people around you happier. In summary, Ego is the Enemy is a book that reminds us that ego can be an obstacle that destroys both our success and happiness. if we let it control our lives. But if we can be aware of and control it, we can truly grow both professionally and mentally. Hopefully, today's lesson will be useful for everyone. If you are interested in ordering this book for yourself, you can order it from the link in the description. And if you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe to encourage me to continue making good content. See you again next time. For today, goodbye and have a good one.